Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Vivek. In this tutorial, we will learn about NumPy library in Python. So let's get started. NumPy is a very popular Python library package used in data science and machine learning. It is also known as numerical Python or numeric Python. It was originally developed in mid 2000s and written in C. In this tutorial, we will discuss in details about various topics in NumPy such as what is NumPy, how to install NumPy, how to create NumPy array, and basic operations in NumPy. So let's begin. What is NumPy? It is a core library in Python for scientific computation. It can be used to solve problems on data science and machine learning. It has numerous useful features for operations on array and matrices in Python. In this course, we will use Jupyter Notebook as our editor. If you have not installed Jupyter Notebook, you can check out the video on how to install and set up a Jupyter Notebook. The link is in the description box below. So let's begin the topic on how to install the NumPy. If you have Anaconda, you can simply install NumPy from your terminal or command prompt using this command conda space install NumPy. But if you don't have Anaconda, no worries. You can still install NumPy from your terminal or command prompt using this command pip install NumPy. Once you have installed NumPy, you can launch your Jupyter Notebook and get started. Now let's begin with creating a NumPy array. We can first import the NumPy library using the command import. So we can write a command import NumPy and we can alias it as np. So if we execute this command, NumPy library is imported in our IDE. Now to create a NumPy array, we can simply write a command np.array and here we can pass a list. So if we execute this command, it has created a NumPy array of single dimension. Now if you want to create a NumPy array with 2 dimension, we can also do that. We can pass a 2-dimension list. So if we execute this command and we can see it has created a multi-dimension. Similarly, we can create any dimension of array using NumPy. So now to create a NumPy array with range of numbers, we can use a built-in function range. So to do that, we can use a function np.arange and pass the number of elements. So if I want to pass 0, 10 and execute the command, it will create a NumPy array with elements starting from index 0 till index 10 but not including this index element 10. We can also pass the third argument as a step size in this arange function to create a NumPy array. So suppose I want to create a NumPy array with only even numbers. So to do that, we can just pass the step size as 2 np.arange and here I'll pass 3 arguments 0, 10 and 2 and execute this command. It will create a NumPy array with all even elements. NumPy also provides some other built-in function to create any other NumPy array. So to create any NumPy array with all zeros, we can use the NumPy built-in function zeros and here we can pass the number of elements we want to create. So if we execute this command, it will create a NumPy array with all elements as 0. Similarly, if you want to create a NumPy array with all the elements as 1s, we can do that as well using the inbuilt function numpy.ones. If we execute this command and pass the number of elements, we can create a NumPy array with all elements as 1s. If you want to create a NumPy array with 2-dimensional array, that can be possible as well. So to create a NumPy array with all the elements as 1s and for the 2 dimension, we can just simply pass the number of rows and columns and execute this command. We can see a NumPy array is created for 2 dimension. Similarly, we can create a NumPy array for any dimensions using number of elements and using the number of rows and columns. We can use another built-in function, linspace, to create an evenly spaced array over a specified interval. So suppose we want 10 evenly spaced points between 1 and 4, we can easily do that using the function numpy linspace, and we can pass the elements 1 and 4, and the 10 will be the number of evenly spaced elements. So if we execute this command, it will create a numpy array with 10 evenly spaced elements between 1 and 4. Similarly, to create a numpy array with all random numbers, we can use the random function. So to do that, we can use the numpy random function, and we can use the rand function, and here we can pass the number of elements. So if we execute this command, it will create a one-dimensional numpy array with all random numbers. So these are the floating point numbers. Now if you want to create a numpy array of multi-dimension with random numbers, we can execute the command np.random, and here we have to pass the dimension of the array. So if we want to create a two-dimension array, we can execute this command, and it has created a numpy array of random numbers of size 2 into 3. As we can see, these numbers are floating point numbers. We can create a numpy array of random numbers with integer value as well. To do that, we can execute a command numpy.random, and we can use a function randint, and here we have to pass three arguments. Starting first argument will be the start index, second argument will be the end index, and third argument will be the number of elements we want to create as a random value. If we execute this command, it will create a one-dimensional array of 4 elements between 0 and 10. Now if you want to access the element of a random number between any given range, we can do that using this random function as well. So to do that, we can use this random function and use the same function randint, and we can pass the element. If I pass 10 and execute the command, it will return a random number between 0 to 10. So if I execute the same command again, we can see this random number is changing. So if we'll keep on executing this command, every time it will give a random number between 0 to 10. We can create an identity matrix as well using identity function. To do that, we can execute a command np.identity, and here we can pass the number of elements. So if we execute this command, we can see a square identity matrix is created. Remember, an identity matrix is a square matrix in which all elements in the diagonals are ones and other elements are zeros. Now let's move to our next topic, basic operations on numpy. So suppose we have this numpy array and I want to get the shape of this array. We can use the keyword shape. So let's create a numpy array saying x, and here I will use the function np.array. We can pass the list of elements, and if I want to get the shape of this array, we can use the keyword shape and execute this command. We can get the shape of this array. If you want to convert this one-dimensional array into multi-dimension, we can also do that using the reshape function. So if you want to convert this to 2-dimension, we can use this reshape function and pass the dimension of the array. So if we execute this command, we can see it has converted this one-dimension array into 2-dimension. Now to get the data type of any numpy array, we can use the dtype function. Let's execute this command on array x, and we can see the data type of this array is int64. We can get the max or mean element of an array as well. To do that, if I execute this command x.max, it returns the maximum element of this array, which is 4. Similarly, to get the minimum element of this array, we can use the mean command. Let me write this. So if I execute this command x.mean, we can get the minimum element of this array. Now if you want to get the index position of this maximum and minimum element, we can do that as well using the function argmax and argmin. So if I execute this command x.argmax, it returns the index position of the maximum element, which is 3. If I execute this command x.argmin, it returns the index position of the lowest element in the array, which is 0. We can access any element in NumPy array. To do that, we can use the index position in square bracket, which is similar to Python. So if I write this command x in square bracket at the index position 0, let's run this command and the result is 1. We can access the range of element as well using the slice operation. If I want to get the range of element in array x, we can use the command x square bracket 0:4 and execute the command. We can get the first 4 element in this array. Now you must be thinking, how can we access the elements in 2D array? No worries, we can access the elements in a 2D array using 2 square bracket or using a single square bracket with comma notation. To understand this, let's first create a 2-dimensional array y and initialize it with list values. So if I run this command, it created a 2-dimensional array y. Now if I want to access the element 2 from this 2-dimensional array, we can use 2 square bracket to define the row and column position of this element, and if I run this command, we can see the result is 2. The same value we can achieve using a square bracket and with a common notation. If I run this command y under square bracket 0,1, it returns the same value 2. So this way we can access any element in an array as well using the slice operation. That's all for today. Thank you for watching this tutorial. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up. Don't forget to share and subscribe my channel.